You ready?
Pete McCleave has a wife, 2 children and 2 years to live. Diagnosed with blood cancer, he's in a desperate search for a stem cell donor, a search that's more difficult because he's mixed race. If he'd been white European, Pete's chances of finding a match would be about 60%. But with his mix of English, Chinese, Portuguese and Irish, his odds are slashed to less than 20. Sadly, none of his extended family are compatible.
So you've been doing some digging.
He believes finding out more about his genetic makeup could hold the key to finding his genetic twin. So he's had a DNA test.
The results came through as I would have expected, I guess a little bit more overtly perhaps with that connection to Southeast Asia. I expected a couple of percent knowing where I came from. But according to this genetic test, about 80% of my genetic makeup hails from my British-Irish ancestry, but 20% it comes from Southeast Asia with, you can see 13.2% that is mainland China.
And so what has this taught you?
The science behind stem cell technology is all linked to your genetic makeup, your genetic heritage. For me to see out the next 2 years, this is crucial. This is information that I can actually use to target my own campaign to best improve the odds of me finding that particular genetic match, that stem cell donor match.
So this was your nan?
Yeah.
I take it that's you.
Yeah, that's me.
It's a history lesson that could help save his life. Pete's paternal grandmother, Lucille da Costa, was from Macau. Lucille's mother, a Chinese native. Her father, a Portuguese merchant. And that's not surprising, because Macau, a tiny country off the coast of mainland China, was a former Portuguese colony, and as such became a rich melting pot of Chinese and Portuguese. That mix becoming known as first-generation Macanese, like Pete's nan.
So many Portuguese merchants made their way over there trading. It was all about trade. And then with more travel, especially driven by the war, more Europeans, this is when you get the dilution of that particular Macanese gene intertwined with European and other regions of the world.
Pete's grandmother Lucille later moved to Hong Kong, just 40 miles from Macau, and it's here she met her husband, Pete's grandfather, Robert McCleave. Robert was from Northern Ireland and had been stationed in Hong Kong during the Second World War. To find out more, Pete's talking to his auntie Patsy.
There was a lot of service people in Hong Kong during that period. I should imagine there'd be a lot of girls like my mother that married European guys. So, you know, if you can find their children, which will have your same or a similar mix to you, then we only need the one, don't we? But we just need that one breakthrough.
One thing that could work in Pete's favour is the fact there was a mass migration of Macanese people to other parts of the world following the Second World War.
It was very easy for them to make it to the west coast of America. And there's a large population of Macanese diaspora in and around San Francisco. And then there was a further migration to the northern states of America and Canada.
And that's really crucial, isn't it? Because those people that moved and emigrated to parts of the west coast of America will be people who have that mix of that Macanese and more Caucasian sort of background.
Absolutely, you hit the nail on the head. It's the second, third and fourth generations of Macanese diaspora, like myself, who offer me the greatest hope of finding that particular stem cell donor match.
And so this search really does need to go global now.
Absolutely.
For Pete, this is a numbers game. More people on the register means better odds of him finding a match. But if he can target those numbers, he's hoping it could save his life. Mel Barham, ITV News, Bunbury.